Hello everyone, Jackie Edwards here for another episode of the Daily Dose. And yeah, welcome. So happy to see you. I am in my office again. For those of you watching the video, I am not wearing a farming work dress. This is more of just a feel-good, fabulous dress. It looks amazing and it's like a super stretchy, comfortable material, so I can just lounge about in it all day long. And I've also got a special guest here today. So if you hear lots of crunching, oh, I just changed my camera so it doesn't go down very much. So there's my little buddy down there chowing on his antler. So if you hear lots of chowing noises in the background, it's him. But this is his favorite place to be, and I love to have him here, so there we go. But today I want to talk about the mental and emotional loads. These are things that I've still been getting grips to for quite a few years now. And I've got some amazing books that have really helped me as kind of resources to really understand what was going on. Because for so long in my brain, I thought that I just wasn't doing enough. I should be able to just try harder, do more, all the things they've always taught us, even though I knew it wasn't true. As the woman, I don't have to be the one that does all the dishes and keeps the house clean and takes care of everything. But for some reason, even though I didn't want to be like that, it had just been so conditioned in me, culturally and socially. It's what we see on TV, even if it's in a comedy sketch and we know it's not supposed to be like that, that's still what we see. It's in all the magazines, all the newspapers. It's everywhere around us. So it's really hard, even though I had a business, I had multiple businesses, I was making money, my husband worked, he made money, but I still felt like everything was on me to take care of at home and with building our farm. And even when my husband went to part-time at work, I still felt like I had to do all of the things, that it was all just too much and too complicated for him, and it just got him overwhelmed if he had to do it, so I might as well just do it myself. Or I have to spend so much time teaching him how to do it, so it's just easier to do it myself. But then I continued to stay burned out and feeling resentful and jealous because I had to do all the things, and somehow he just got this free pass. And I'd be like, well, how come I have to take care of this? How come I'm always the one picking up the slack? And how come I seem to be the only one that cares if things are a little bit messy or not everything's done all right? And I was scrolling Facebook, as you do, love scrolling Facebook, and I saw this really cute little comic strip. And it was super cute, and it was super powerful, impactful about the mental load of women and how even if we're kind of splitting chores with our partners or with somebody else, or we're splitting responsibilities with somebody, the mental load always falls, not always, but generally falls on the women. So we're the one that have all the plans, have all the lists in their head, and we just dole out tasks. So it's okay, I know that the dishes need to get done, the garbage goes out on this day, these things happen on these days, and then you assign things to everybody. So the women generally are still responsible for that mental load, for carrying all the lists in their head and making sure everything gets done, even if other people are participating in doing it. That's the mental load. And the emotional load is similar, basically. And I'm terrible at explaining things sometimes. So anyways, it's very similar. So we're carrying all of the emotions, all of the load for, again, just getting everything done, keeping everything happening. And because I can't explain it well, these are the books I recommend. So from that comic that I saw on Facebook, I did a little bit of research to see who the hell is this and where can I find more of these comics. And come to find out, I think it's a French woman named Emma. So this is probably backwards on your screen, but whatever. You can figure it out. But it's basically just super amazing little comics that explained everything I was fucking feeling in my life. I was like, how is this even possible? But done in a super cute little way. I was just like, this is my life right here. How come no one ever taught me this shit? Or taught it to me in a way that I understood with cute stories and simple things? Because honestly, we've already got the mental load. Our brains are already overworked. Everything's crazy. The last thing we need to do is read a book on what it means, a big thick word book, and then use that to explain to somebody. With this, I was able to just flip through some pretty pictures. You can see there's not a lot of words, there's not a lot happening, but it's super powerful, and it gave me the kind of tools I needed to be able to start the conversation with my husband. And then I found the second book, The Emotional Load, which is basically exactly the same thing. Not exactly the same thing, but it's cute comic strips that just take through everything. Oh, doggo. So hold on. Oh, he dropped his bone underneath the camera stand. You're not a very good partner in this, buddy. So, anyways, totally lost my train of thought. Now he's gonna have a drink and make loads of noise. These books, I got them on Amazon. Depending on what you feel about Amazon, I'm sure you can get them somewhere else. Have your local bookstore order them. They come in English translation. If you're French speaking, you can get the original French version, and I think it's French. Let's just look at the back. Yep, she lives in Paris. Beautiful. Highly recommended. So kind of continuing on from our topic of overwhelm and drama yesterday, a lot of that overwhelm, I mean, everything all the overwhelm, I think, comes from our relationships and drama within our relationships with ourselves and with others. And part of that drama can be from having this emotional load and not being able to explain it and understand what's actually going on. So we know there's all this tension. We know there's something's not fair, something's not working right. But how do we fix it? Because we're taught all of these other things. We're taught that men aren't just not as capable of remembering things as women, or they just don't know how to clean and do things properly. And so we have to teach them and hold their hands through it and all of that bullshit. Dude, they're adults. Part of having the DNA of a woman is not that you have the genes for cooking and cleaning. That's not true. So it's just helping to open up my eyes in a very easy, fun, and cheerful way to what the possibilities are, why I'm feeling the way that I do, why I feel overwhelmed, why I feel like there's that drama and that disconnect with who's doing what in the home, and then how to help explain that to other people. It's an easy thing to share with your partner, with other people in your life, and they've been so amazing. Plus, they look beautiful on a coffee table. I mean, come on, look at those pretty books just sitting there. Great conversation starter with people when you go off on my farm shop adventure and see what I can get at the farm store. And I hope to discuss them in more detail in my reader circle that will be coming soon. And I will see you again tomorrow. Check that out. Keep an eye on the website for all the fabulous things coming out, and go off on my farm shop adventure.